What's up? I'm back. I can't get enough of doing this lit. And I guess I know most of the people who actually following this series probably want to know what the fuck I'm going to do next. But as you see the name of this title, I already say it's called The Poetry in Motion Lit. I'm going to break that down for you real quick. It basically go like this. The Poetry in Motion Lit is one of the sacred jewels. Actually, this ain't even a lit. This is really like a jewel. But it basically go like this, that certain religious doctrine, like religious priests and shit like that, basically, and scientists and shit like that, they have their own formulation of what they think God is, as far as the scientific doctrine, as far as what God is, versus the religious doctrine of what God is. And then you got shit like Scientology, which, try to combine both of them, but still ain't shit. It still can't do what a poet can do. Once you understand what poetry does and how it unlocks the certain emotional patterns inside the somebody coming out here. But basically the religious doctrine that you find like science and religion is combined in Scientology. Hey, how y'all doing? What up? Yeah, y'all good? Y'all through? Yeah, but the difference between like Scientology and religion is that they both got their own ideas as far as what they think God is, and there's certain similarities and then there's certain differences in both of them. But they can't do what a poet can do. A poet can got what's called infinite knowledge, meaning that he understands something. He understands the rhythm. They say dance to the beat of life. I ain't gonna never do that again, so don't ever ask me to sing no shit like that again. But you get the point. Like, life just has a rhythm. Like, you listen to rap music, there's a beat. You don't just rap, just jump on a beat and start rapping. Like, remember Silk the Shocker? You go back and listen to a lot of Silk the Shocker shit. That nigga didn't give a fuck about the beat. He would just jump on the beat and just rap. Like, some people don't give a fuck about the beat. And that's kind of what religion and science kind of do. They don't understand that there's just a natural flow to life that a poet has a lot more better insight on than either one of the scientists or a priest. If you ever seen the movie Mind Walk, that's exactly what it's about. There was a scientist and then there was a priest, and they both had their own ideas of who they thought God was. But the poet decided that he didn't want to be contained to any one of them ideas. He's like, man, I'm infinite knowledge. I can be here, I can be there, I'm not limited to what your definition of what God is. I'm a poet. That means I am a creation, but I also create. And the poet understands that God is not only the creation itself, but the creation that the creation is making. It takes a certain type of person to understand what I just said. But just because you're God's creation doesn't mean that God has stopped creating. You have to keep creating. That's really where you find the true meaning of God, is by through what the shit that you created. Yeah, you were born in God's image, and yeah, you are a perfect incarnate of God. But at the same time, if you're not creating and you're not using your creative aspect, you're not using your imagination, which I believe is a Heru Kahudi. If you're not using your imagination, then you basically shut down the natural flow of how God is supposed to go. And that's what poetry in motion is. You see the symbol of Tehudi, or in Greek they call it Thoth, him holding the pen and writing down his observations. That's what you call poetry in motion, meaning that he has the sacred insight toward of what he thinks, or what he knows wisdom is, what knowledge is, what understanding is. So the poetry gives you both sides of religion and science. It's this infinite knowledge. If you see the movie Contact, when Jodie Foster's character was in space, and it was time for her when she looked at the whole universe, she realized that she didn't have the actual words to verbalize what she was looking at. It was too beautiful. And she was like, man, I wish they sent a poet, because she knew that a poet would have a better, they should have sent the priest, not they should have sent the scientists. Like, no, they should have sent the poet, because the poet would be able to give a better understanding, a better detailed description that can unlock the emotional aspects of what she's actually observing. And that's what the poet does. When you see the poet holding a pen, he knows how to observe, write it down, and unlock certain emotional aspects in people that you may have not even know that you had. But the poet has that type of understanding. So the more that he writes, the more he's just unlocking the keys to the universe. That's what we call infinite wisdom, which began from the original mind, which is originally how we're supposed to be thinking. But, due to the real activities of scientists, the misinformation, the propaganda, the MK Ultra. A lot of people don't know that, you know, this is originally how your mind was supposed to be working, through what's called poetry in motion. So by you knowing that and observing it and meditating on that over the next 9 months, you'll be able to. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. See, that's a distraction shit, but we ain't even getting all that. But if you study what I'm saying, these jewels over the next 9 months, and you use them in your insight over the next 9 months, I promise you, you'll see the potency and why you need these jewels. It's hoodx.com. Your boy K-Blao, you know, hit the website. Man, poke him in. This the nigga who taught me all of this shit. This nigga right. Come here, man. Don't be shy. Come on. This for the site. This my nigga Poe.
Oh, God.
This the nigga who taught me. Hold on, man. Come on. This nigga taught me everything. This gonna be up on the site tonight. This nigga taught me everything. So hit him up. Sometimes you see him on Twitter. He don't really be on Facebook. He be on the Twitter. Lightspeed, Godspeed. You know. Hit him up, cause like he on the phone, he trying to get us some weed or something. But the insight that I got ain't the same insight he got. He got a much deeper insight. The insight I'm giving you is like baby food. Like when you talk to him, you gotta be in. If you get past him, what up? What's up? You about to get some weed and shit. But if you can get past him, this dude right here. If you can get past him, and you got your knowledge together, then yeah, I'm gonna listen to everything you gotta say. You can't get past him, I ain't got no conversation for you. If you can't go through the whole alphabet, through the Allah, through the zigzag zig, the A to Z, 0 through 9, and you don't know the original slang, the original knowledge, the difference between knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, if you don't know the basics, then you can't get past him, which means you ain't even got no business talking to me. So, and vice versa. I mean, you can't get past me, you definitely ain't got no business talking to him. Definitely. So, stay in tune with this information. This information gonna change your life. Follow us over the next 9 months. This is infinite knowledge. The knowledge is infinite, but we just gonna give you a dosage over the next 9 months. And if you follow this information for the next 9 months, your life will completely change, guaranteed. You wanna find out how we getting paid to do this? Like I always tell you, hit up my man Willie Lump Lump Silos on Facebook, or you can hit up my assistant Desiree Davis, or you can inbox me. And then that's it.
One more thing. It's a war on the black woman now. The man is dead. It's her turn.
That's news to you, but we already know that. If you study the lit, you would have came to the same conclusion yourself. But stay tuned, man. Read the lit so you know what's coming next. So you don't be surprised once we start hitting you with this information. Read the lit. Pay attention. It's hoodx.com. I'm going to get at you.